Morning, Hugo.
Morning.
Do you mind if we follow you around today?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Right, so Hugo, what have you got? What's your first job of the day here?
So today's, when we come in, first thing we'll do is we'll look around and see what parts have been printed on the machines. So we've got the SYS J850 here. This is our polyjet machine, and as you can see, we've got some parts on here for JCB Academy. So the students are coming in for a careers event, and we've got some key rings and stuff here, so they're going to be taken off and then they'll be cleaning them when they come in as part of an activity.
Is it right that you went to the JCB Academy as well, Hugo?
Yeah, so I spent most of my time there. I went from year 9 through to 6th form, and I heard about the Carfulan Group in one of the careers events that they did there. So I went there in year 11, and then Carfulan were there, and I spoke to some of the guys, and really interested me, the 3D printing and what the future can be. So yeah, that's how I got to where I am now.
What's the next process here, Hugo, with these parts?
So once the parts have been taken off like this, we'll then put them on the tray over here, and obviously them ones are for the academy, so they'll be kept in somewhere safe for them to clean.
We've got another job here, Hugo, that's been run overnight.
Yeah, so we're moving on to the J55. This is a smaller polyjet machine, pretty much exactly the same as the J850, just on a rotating bed rather than a square bed. So in there we've got some sample parts for the dental customers. So there's teeth and stuff in here, so people can use them for dentures and models of their teeth when they go to the dentist.
So is this a big part of your role here, Hugo, to take the parts off and to clean the machines afterwards?
When we come in the morning, there'll always be parts ready for customers. Here we print a lot of parts overnight, so when we'll set them off the night before and then we'll come back in.
Is this something you've all had training in?
Yeah, so one of the guys, Morgan, he trained us from the start, so he ran us all through the wizards, all through the cleaning procedures, what to do, what not to do, what solutions to spray on the bed, what not to spray on the bed. So,
and I guess that's where the senior staff members, they really helped you out as an apprentice.
Yeah, everyone's been really good since we started. If we have any questions, everyone's really approachable, and you can go to them and full of knowledge, and they'll tell you life experiences and what they've come across, because obviously they've made mistakes and what they can tell us to not do. So it's really good to hear from them.
Right, so we've got a bit of a different machine here, Hugo. Which technology is this one?
So this is our FDM machine, so it uses filaments of plastic. So in here we've got some jigs for an aerospace company. So these are made out of our strongest material, so it's nylon mixed with carbon fibre. So you just unclip the bed, pull that out, and then these, unlike the polyjet ones, just pull off like that.
For you as well as an apprentice, how good is it to work with all these different technologies and
yeah, it's
different
great. So
industries?
when I first came in, I thought that filament was the only way you could 3D print, but actually you could use polyjet. So it's good to get an environment where we can come in and we can see different things. We've also got a powder machine, so that makes 3D printed parts of powder, so that's also another good learning thing as well. So we usually bring these parts over to the cleaning room. So this is where we clean all our parts. We've got the water jet over there, that's for polyjet parts. We've then got the FDM tank. So that's a mixture of solutions that break down the support if we can't get it off. So unlike these peeled straight off the bed. If they don't, we put them in that tank there.
So what have you got to be doing with these polyjet parts?
So we'll take a polyjet part like this, and we'll bring it over to the water jet. Once you've given it a clean through the water jet, we can add one more step, which is putting it in the tank to get rid of any leftover support. So remove the lid, get the part, and simply just drop it in the tank.
In terms of your apprenticeship, Hugo, here, how quickly have you started to learn all these different processes, and how quickly were you able to get hands-on with these parts?
Yeah, so we pretty much hands-on from like the first day. So Morgan took us through what we needed to do, or we'll follow him. So he would have stood here and done what I just did, and then we would have done it after him. So I think after probably a couple of days, he gave us a part that wasn't for a customer, but it was a show part. So me and the other apprentice, Charlie, we put it in the water jet and we cleaned it off. We put it in the tank, put it back in there, and we made sure it was all really clean.
Brilliant, and having that experience with someone who's been there and done it must be really helpful for you.
Yeah, so Morgan's been here for I think 4 years now, so he's got loads of experience and loads of knowledge. He started where we were, so he was an apprentice. He started on day one getting taught himself, so he's got a lot of things that he can tell us and what to do, what not to do. So yeah, it's really good learning off Morgan. Okay, so while them parts are getting cleaned over the road, another job which one of the guys has given me is to change the material to something else and then change the head as well, because certain heads go with certain material. I think it was probably a weekend we came in to have a look at how to take material out, and actually on the interview day we had a look at how to take all this out. So that was one of the practical tasks for the interview, so that's what made me excited to join, because they threw me straight into a practical straight away on the interview day. So that was really good to see. Next, we're going to change the head over. So we'll close that. Then we'll go in the top. So it's the model head that needs changing. So it's the one on the left. Next, we'll have to load the material back in. So get the new material. And then we have to make sure that the end of the material is snipped at a very tight angle. That way, the material will feed into the machine properly. So we have to line the chip up down the side. And then once in, the machine will start taking the material in. So push it in there. And the machine will then take the rest of the material through. So one of the most important steps after changing the head is the tip calibration. We start then with the automatic calibration, which the printer does itself, and then the manual calibration, which it prints onto the bed, which looks a bit like that.
And why is it so important, Hugo?
It's really important to get the greatest overall part quality and accuracy. When we change the head, before we leave, we're meant to do calibration so that when the person comes to use it, they're all ready then for the part.
So while the machine's calibrating, can you just tell us a bit about how you came to apply for the scheme here at the Carfulan Group?
Yeah, so once I saw the careers event at the Academy, they gave us a leaflet and that had all the information on where to go. So I went to the government website, filled in all the forms, dead easy, straightforward, doesn't take long, it's not long-winded, it's just a little bit about yourself, why you'd like to join, and then I got that sent off, and then I ended up getting an email back saying that he'd like me in for an interview. So I came for an interview in my scheduled slot, and we came in. I had a talk with Dan, and that went really well. Just a really relaxed talk. It wasn't stressful. It was just getting to know you really. And then I came in here for the practical interview on the 370 with Jamie Taylor, and we just looked at taking the bays apart, what was underneath, following a set of instructions. So that was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed the interview. It wasn't stressful. It didn't make you feel bad. It was good.
And what's been your most enjoyable thing you've done here so far?
Probably cleaning parts for like massive companies, big parts, carbon fibre parts. Just seeing like what companies do and what sort of parts they make and how much money they spend, especially like the Formula One companies. We've had parts come in from them and clean them up, so it's a really good experience.
Would you say that it's been sort of more than what you expected?
Yeah, definitely. I think you get a lot of responsibility, which is good. Me and Charlie come in here every morning and clean the printers and take stuff off the printers and clean parts that are worth thousands, hundreds. So there's a lot of responsibility, and you're not just treated as an apprentice or a number. You actually are helping the company grow.
Right, Hugo, so what's next?
So once we've calibrated the machine and set it up properly, we then come to the PC or the laptop, and we'll arrange the parts and send them to the printer. So when we get them through from a company, they'll send us a CAD file. So we'll then import it into a software called GrabCAD, and once we've done that, it'll come up on the screen, and we'll be able to then send it down to the printer and then basically just print from there. Okay, so what we have to do now is arrange the tray so that the printer can print in the best time possible. So it's dead easy. What we have to do is go over here to Orient, and we're going to press on the 90, and that'll switch it round, and then we're going to go up to arrange, and easy as that, we're going to press arrange this tray, and it does it all for you like that.
There's quite a lot of responsibility to make sure you're getting the most efficient print times for the customers.
Yeah, certainly, because if we don't, then it's wasting material, it's wasting time. It's, you know, we could have this finished and another job started, and if it's going to take too long, then we're wasting that time with another job starting. So yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, but it's good because a lot of places, the way you're an apprentice, you're just sort of shadowing someone, but here you basically like you're employed, you're not an apprentice as such. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so while that's printing, we'll go check on the parts we put in the tank earlier. So it's getting broken down, and then we'll give it a final clean in the water jet.
Okay. So Hugo, how have you found that transition between education and moving into work?
Yeah, it's been good, to be fair, because with apprenticeships you're still obviously half the week going into college, so it blends it more in. You're not just jumping straight into work, because you don't want to be jumping into 5 days a week, 9 to 5 every day. It sort of blends it in, so you can go to college and come to work at the same time. So I think in your first year I go to college Tuesday to Friday, and then we go to work on Monday. So it's a good blend really, and because I've come from sixth form, it's pretty much similar to what I've been doing for the past 2 years. So it's not a big jump. So for people that don't want to get straight into work, 5 days a week is good really. So yeah, so we'll have a look at this part. So lift the basket out, and then so we've got the part there that's been in the tank. Then we'll transfer it straight to the water jet. So once that's pretty clean, then we'll take it out and we'll put it on a towel over here to dry. It's really important we let the parts dry. So hopefully that gives you a good insight to my day and what I do on a day-to-day basis. It's really amazing working here. Everyone's really helpful, really kind. Got loads of experience to offer, loads of life experiences, engineering experiences. But if it's not engineering, it's not service that you're after. There's marketing apprenticeships, there's accountancy, applications. So if you'd like to know more, then head to the website and have a look on there.